Okay, and we are live on Sports Today on the eve of the test match to be played versus Sri Lanka. It's the first test match of the series, but more importantly, it is Virat Kohli's 100th test match. And just before the test match starts, Indian captain, as is the tradition always, came and spoke to the media. So let's just quickly discuss the main points that Rohit Sharma spoke about. Of course, majority of the questions asked to Rohit Sharma were pertaining to Virat Kohli's 100 test match. So most questions that came Rohit Sharma's way were related to Virat Kohli's 100 test match. Hi Siddhant and Kush and Sparsh and everyone joining us. If you've just joined us, just to let you know, Karthik, I can see all your messages. We are going to be talking about the main points that were just spoken by Indian captain Rohit Sharma ahead of that test match versus Sri Lanka. Firstly, as someone who saw the press conference, I must share with you that it is an absolute fun time. It's an absolute pleasure and a great time to be listening to Rohit Sharma's press conferences because he's very candid, he's very honest, and he's always a lot of fun. Today also, his sense of humor was top notch, Rohit Sharma's. We know that he has this casual attitude, very relaxed attitude while talking about the test match and various other things. And today also, Rohit Sharma was in great form. He was joking. In fact, there was a time where the media manager wasn't allowing too many questions, and Rohit said, no, please let them ask the questions, and then he answered in his usual relaxed, casual, candid fashion. So let's take a look at what are the main things that Rohit Sharma spoke about. Firstly, he spoke about Virat Kohli's 100 test match, and he said that the team would like to make this test match, Virat Kohli's 100 test match, special. They'll try and do things which are going to be special for Virat Kohli. And how could they make it special? By winning the test match. So they said that would be the first thing that would be on their mind, that because it is a very special occasion for someone like a Virat Kohli, if Indian team can gift him a victory, that would be very, very special. So that's the first thing that he said. There were questions asked about the competence of the Sri Lankan team and how lopsided the encounters are looking at the moment, because India clearly looks like the more stronger team and Sri Lanka hasn't been having a great time, especially in the longer format of the game. To which Rohit Sharma said, see, the first lesson that I have learnt while playing cricket is that never look at the opposition and never take them lightly. He said, of course, we're going to be looking at, what are they good at and what are they bad at, which bowlers to target, which to be careful against. He mentioned that these are things that we always look at, but we're never going to take any team very, very lightly. So that is the first thing. He said you have to focus on your team, and cricket is a funny game. So I beg your pardon. So never look at any team very lightly. So that was his opinion about the Sri Lankan team. Questions were asked about the playing conditions. Thank you, Rajanji, and thanks for everyone who's sending in the comments. I'll try and take your questions a little later, but first let me just tell you the things that Virat had mentioned in the press conference. He spoke about the conditions. He said the temperature here early morning is cold, and during the day it gets to 28, 29, which can be a bit hot. The pitch is seeming very dry at the moment, so he expects the conditions in Mohali to be batting friendly as well, and later on it might help bowlers. So those are the things that he said about the pitch, and looking forward to playing in these conditions. So when it's going to be a bit nippy in the morning and later in the evening, those are conditions that the fast bowlers also may enjoy. So that was with regards to the conditions. Yes, of course, the biggest talking point at the moment has been, somebody just asked me, is Hasaranga there in the test matches? No, he's not. In fact, he's not Amit Kumarji. He's not even part of the test team. So it's not just because of COVID, he's not part of the test team, Hasaranga. He plays white ball cricket for Sri Lanka. Yes, the biggest talking point, of course, was what is going to be Indian team's combination going forward, because remember, Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara are not going to be part of this squad. For that, Rohit Sharma held the cards very close to his chest and did not mention a lot about what is. So question was asked, who is going to open, whether it's going to be Mayank Agarwal or Shubman Gill. He said, I'm not going to tell you now. He was asked, who do you prefer as an opening partner, he said, listen, come on, I'm the captain. I would prefer anybody, whether it is a Shubman Gill, whether it is a Mayank Agarwal, I'd be happy to open with anybody. And as a captain, I can't be saying one guy I prefer opening with and not the other one. So he did not tell us who's going to open. The other question was who's going to bat at number 3 and number 5, because Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara are not there. He said that is also something that I cannot discuss right now. You're only going to get to know that or at the toss when the match starts tomorrow. So did not tell you about the team combination. However, he did say that he had an appeal to the fans, he had an appeal to the press as well, saying that please support these youngsters who are now going to come in place of Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane. He said those are big shoes to fill. Someone like an Ajinkya Rahane, Cheteshwar Pujara have played cricket for India for a long time and have done very, very good for the team. So anyone who's going to be taking their place, don't start judging them instantly. Allow them some time. You don't expect them to be getting big results instantaneously. So give them some time, and with time they'll improve. So have patience with the youngsters who come in. That was Rohit Sharma's appeal to the fans as well as the media. He said, he was also asked a question about the future of Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane, and he said, just like the selectors had pointed out, it is not the end of the road for them. For the moment, he's saying we are looking at a few youngsters going forward. Does not mean that it's the end of the road for Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara. For all you know, they might just come back. But he said the next, looking at the World Test Championship, the next 9 Test matches are going to be very, very important for the Indian team. They would want to move up in that points table if they want to have any chance of playing the World Test Championship final, to which he said that he's going to treat each match as a must-win going forward, whatever 9 Test matches they play at the end of this cycle or to mark the end of this cycle. So they're going to treat every Test match as a must-win. So it doesn't matter who the opposition is. For India's perspective, these are all must-win games. Okay, I'll also try and take a few questions just to let you know about those funny bits. He was asked about, Rohit Sharma was asked about his own test career. He was, the journalist asked him that, listen, Rohit, you have played 40 test matches. How do you see your own test career? Have you set any targets for yourself? And do you think you've not really quite achieved as far as your potential is concerned in test matches? To which he laughed. He said, अरे सर मैं क्या बोलूँ अब मैं अपने लिए अब इस टाइम पे क्या target set करूँ? He said it in a very relaxed, casual, laughing and a joking manner. He said, where he is at the moment, he's very happy. He says, I'm happy to have played 40 test matches. He said, I had a lot of injuries during my career. Maybe if I didn't have that, I could have played more than 40 test matches. Then he said, when I got chances also, he used the Hindi word unbun, ki bahut unbun hua. Unbun, as you means some sort of a disagreement. Then he really corrected himself, saying, nahi, I think unbun is the wrong word. Meri Hindi bahut achhi nahi hai. I think the right word. So he asked someone, and then the journalist told him the right word he's looking is utar chadav. He said, yes, that's what I mean. Utar chadav bahut hue mere career mein. Kabhi form upar gaya, kabhi form niche gaya. So he explained that as well in a very, how can I say, Rohit Sharma fashion. With his sense of humor intact. So he spoke about his own career, saying he's very happy. He spoke about his captaincy, in which he said that yes, he's got a lot of success in white ball cricket, but red ball cricket is a completely different game. He's going to be captaining India for the first time, and he's looking forward to the challenge. When you take a look at white ball cricket, he has a few tactics which he works around and a way of playing and how his team plays. He knows all of that. It's tried and tested. He's got a lot of success. But in red ball cricket, he said that I will take it, session by session. Depending on the situation, I will take decisions. So nothing as such in his mind. He will take it. He said that he did captain the Ranji Trophy for Mumbai a few times. So he has that experience of captaining a team in the longer format. But he's looking forward to captaining the Indian team, and he'll take it moment by moment as the situation demands. He'll take some calls. So there's nothing a fixed mindset that he's going in. But yes, he's very, very excited to be captaining the Indian team. He also spoke about the crowd, saying he's very happy that the crowds are in. One, because it's Virat Kohli's 100th Test match, so it will be an occasion where crowds can also witness, and players. And he said personally for himself, that is Rohit as well as the team, they love to play in front of crowds. So he's very happy that finally the decision has been taken to allow crowds in. and he's looking forward to that. So these were the important points that Rohit Sharma mentioned during the press conference. If you've joined me late, just go back to the start of the video and I've explained all the important points that Rohit Sharma spoke about during the press conference. Virat Kohli's 100 test match, he spoke about that the Indian team wants to make it very, very special. Yes, he also spoke about, he was asked, what is your favorite moment when it comes to Virat Kohli's test career? And so Rohit Sharma said, he said, as a team, my favorite moment is that 2018 test series where Virat Kohli was the captain and India won in Australia for the first time, where India won 2-1. They won the test match in Adelaide, then they lost the test match in Perth, then won the test match in Melbourne, and then the Sydney test was drawn. So India won 2-1. So he said, as a team, that was his most special moment of Virat Kohli's test career. But individually, he spoke about the 2013 tour to South Africa, in which Virat Kohli got 100. I think he got 115 or 119, if I'm not mistaken, in the Johannesburg test match. So Rohit said that that is one of the innings of Virat Kohli that he enjoyed the most, because he said the bowling was very, very tough for South Africa. They had the likes of, Dale Steyn and Mone Mokel and Philander, and so playing against that tough bowling attack in tough conditions in Johannesburg, Virat Kohli got 100 and not too many other batsmen got too many runs. I think Ajinkya Rahane got 40 odd. Apart from that, nobody got too many runs, and that really set India in a very good position. Of course, that test match ended up being a draw because both teams got 400 plus in the second innings, but that is that test match that Virat Kohli was talking about, was his special memory of Virat Kohli, that 100 that he got in Johannesburg in 2013. So these were the important point. Let me address a few questions that you guys are asking. One, I got asked that why did Virat Kohli not come in the press conference? That is very interesting. I don't know why that did not happen. We were actually expecting Virat to come yesterday in the press conference, because today anyway the captain would have come, as is the protocol. A day before the test match the captain comes. So today Rohit Sharma coming is absolutely justifiable. But because day before you had the vice captain in Jasprit Bumrah addressing the press conference, everyone expected that yesterday maybe was a good day for Virat Kohli to have come and spoken. But maybe, I think they may be planning in a way that he might come during one of these days of the test match, because every day someone comes and speaks to the media. So maybe during these 5 days you might get to hear, or maybe at the end of the test match you might get to hear from someone like Virat Kohli. Or for all you know, Virat may have asked that he doesn't want to speak right now to the media. Maybe all his focus is of performing in that 100 test match. Maybe he's looking to get a big total, that 3-figure mark that we are all expecting on his 100 test match. So maybe because of that, Virat Kohli did not come to address the press conference. Someone was asking a question about Chamira. Yes, Chamira is part of the Sri Lankan test team, but all I can tell you at the moment is that he may be rested. As far as I'm getting to know, he may be rested for this test match, because he was also playing the limited over leg. So the bowlers that you might see are Lakmal and Lahiru Kumara, maybe the bowlers for Sri Lanka. So Kanav is saying, can we expect 3 spinners? Or so in terms of what the playing 11 is going to be like, I think we'll do whenever we do the dugout in the evening around 6:30 today, and that's when we'll try and pick the playing 11, and that's when I'll try and answer all your questions. I can see Amit is asking me about Vihari, so I suggest that when we do our dugout, which we do every day in the evening around 6:15, 6:30, around that's the time that we do it, and I'll be joined by my colleagues in Vikrant Gupta and Rahul Rawat. So that will make for a good discussion. So we will discuss India's playing 11 in the evening. For the moment, I just came to tell you the latest update when it comes to Rohit Sharma's press conference. Somebody said, did Rohit wink? No, Rohit didn't wink. I mean, he was laughing, as in he laughed about, when a question was asked about his test career. So he laughed about that. And then he also laughed. He winked, I think, when the question was asked, when the media manager said, no more question. And then there was a senior journalist, Mr. Lele, who wanted to ask a question. And Rohit said, no, you please ask this question. He asked about the playing condition, the pitch, and the crowd. And I think that's the time where he winked. He said, why were these questions not asked of me earlier in the press conference? So that was a funny moment in the press conference. And the other one was, of course, when Rohit himself was asked that 40 test matches, how does he view that? So those are the two really hilarious moments in the press conference. Rajan is saying it'll be interesting to see how the pitch behaves. I already answered that, Rajan, in terms of what Rohit sees the pitch. He said it's a bit dry at the moment. So if that is something that he has in mind, and if those are the conditions, maybe India might go in with 3 spinners, most likely. Divya Sagar Patra Utkade, a question is that he's asking, is the match starting tomorrow? Aja, what time is it going to be starting tomorrow? I don't know exactly. Is it 9:30 or 10? I think it's 9:30 a.m. That the match is going to start. I'll confirm that as well. Karan wants to know who will be number 3. This question was asked to Rohit Sharma, and he said you'll have to wait and watch. So I guess all of us will have to wait and watch. Could be Shubman Gill, and then Vihari plays at number 5. That's my feeling. So, but we don't know what the Indian team will do. Akshay, you're saying Virat should have come to the PC. Not today, Akshay. Maybe yesterday was a day which I thought Virat may have come, but he did not. So, yeah, but again, as I said, you might get to hear from Virat during the duration of this test match. Still 5 days to go. So you might get to... Will Gill play? Somebody asked. I think Gill might play. He may bat at number 3. My feeling is that Gill might bat at 3 and then Vihari bats at number 5. So those are the updates of the Rohit Sharma press conference, which I've mentioned. If you're joining me late, please go back and hear the rest of the updates that I gave you about everything that Rohit Sharma said. A reminder, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. That's when you'll... Malay, thank you so much for your comment. That's when you'll get to know every time we come up with an update or breaking news or nice packages. By the way, if you're looking forward to Virat Kohli's 100 tests, we've done a package of how I keep saying Rohit, how Virat was preparing for this 100 test match. He played a bit of football, then he was knocking in the nets, how crowds are excited. We did a ground report from Mohali, so please do see that. It's that video is up on Sports Today. We've also done a video on things to know about the Women's World Cup that also starts tomorrow. India's game, of course, is on Sunday versus Pakistan, so we'll do a lot of content on that as well. But at the moment, we've done a few videos, so if you're a subscriber, you'll get to know via the notification every time we put a new video. So do check that out. Vikash is saying Hindi mein sir baat kare. Vikash, I do speak in Hindi. I have no biases between English and Hindi, but I speak in Hindi on Sports Tak. Sports Today is an English channel. It's for viewers who do not understand Hindi, and for those who understand Hindi and may understand English as well. So it's a different platform. This is an English platform, so which is why I'm talking in English. I'm not averse to talking in Hindi. I do talk in Hindi when I go across to Sports Tak. On that note, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. We'll be back this evening where we'll discuss the playing 11. So do join us then. That'll be around 6 o'clock, 6:15, something like that. I'll see you then. Bye.